You're watching Truth versus Hype. The real battleground for Delhi is here, in its dense slums and resettlement colonies, which political parties forget and only discover during election time. They house 2/3 of the city, yet remain gripped with anxiety about their rights and their uncertain legal status, which makes them prime candidates for political exploitation. What most of Delhi calls home falls in a series of categories so complicated that it needs a rough guide. Slum dwellers are located to resettlement colonies, 45 of them, home to about 20 lakh people. Each family in a resettlement colony entitled to a 12.5 square meter plot to build a house, but only with a lease for 10 years. They are entitled to basic services like water and electricity. These colonies were outpaced by the growth of slums or JJ clusters, legal in the eyes of the government, but several court rulings have found them to be illegal squatters. About 680 of them, home to a 30 lakh population. Even they are entitled to basic services as water, sanitation and electricity. Then there are unauthorized colonies, which evolved as people who could afford more bought land from private sellers, but they have not been conferred legal status. There are roughly 1,000 of them, home to another 30 lakh or so people. They, at least on paper, are not entitled to any services from the city. To get to Bhalaswa, a resettlement colony on the northwestern edge of Delhi, means crossing a massive garbage landfill. The entrance too is a sprawling yard of garbage. Little wonder that those who live here, relocated from the slums of central Delhi, express a sense of betrayal.
हम 2000 में आए थे, 2013 लग गया।
अच्छा, और यमुना पुष्ता से?
हाँ जी, यमुना पुष्ता से आए थे।
जहांगीरपुरी से हम आए थे, लोकी पार्क से आए थे।
रोनी से आए हम लोग।
रोहिणी से?
हाँ, 9 सेक्टर से।
यहाँ कुछ भी नहीं था, दलदल था यहाँ पर। यहाँ और हमारी जब जुग्गी आई थी तो हुआ एक जंगल था, हुई जंगल में हम पड़े थे।
लेकिन आपको आश्वासन क्या दिया गया था?
आपको यहाँ पानी मुहैया करके देंगे, स्कूल मुहैया करके देंगे, सड़क बना के देंगे, नालियाँ बना के देंगे, मतलब जितना वो हमारी जितनी ख्वाहिश थी वो सब बताया कि सब करके देंगे। मुझे सरकार हमारे लिए कुछ भी नहीं करा।
और यहाँ अब स्कूल, पानी, ये सब आया है?
ये हम लोग लड़ाई कर करके लिया है।
अच्छा,
हाँ, सुविधा था। अब सुविधा हुआ है, जो हम लोग बहुत लड़ाई लड़े हैं, अब सुविधा हुआ है।
They have a place called home, but in a more hostile ecosystem.
जो निजामुद्दीन से आए, निजामुद्दीन जाते हैं, जो एटीओ से आए, एटीओ जाते हैं, जैसे जो गढ़ी से आए हैं, रोहिणी से आए हैं, वहीं जाते हैं काम के लिए।
जैसे औरतें घर में झाड़ू पोछा करती हैं, झाड़ू पोछा करके आती हैं, शाम को आती हैं, तो उनको पहुंचने में बहुत लेट हो जाता है, इतनी दूर आने में यहाँ।
So these are all slums here which have been pushed out to Narela.
So this is RK-Puram, this is, you know, near the Yamuna, that's what's that, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg. Right. This would be Sundarnagar and so on. So they all get moved out. And you will see.
As the activist Dunu Roy explains on a map, the process of resettlement has always displaced those who live in the heart of the city, pushing them to its outer edges.
So if I was in Bapanagar earlier, there's a municipal dispensary there, there's a municipal school there, there's facilities, there's a water line, there's a sewer line, I can link it into that. Now you shift me from Bapanagar to Bhavana, which is 30 kilometers away.
You lose all that.
I lose livelihoods. My wife, who's working as a domestic maid, she can no longer work. My child can't go to school.
The slum rehabilitation policy has a provision for resettling them where they live, but this has been implemented only in 2 cases.
There is land. There's huge amounts of land available in the periphery. All of this. But there is equally land available right here in the center of Delhi.
Okay, and that you can see that here?
You can see that.
In Bhalaswa, as in other resettlement colonies, there is little by way of local employment. The garbage at the entrance is in fact a key driver of the local economy. A degrading existence that has produced other forms of degradation. alcohol and drug abuse on open display.
मैं पीता हूँ, ये देख लो हमारा उंगली, ये देखो, ये देखो, सब सुलेशन, ये सुलेशन है, ये सब अगर हम लोग नहीं पीएंगे ना तो हम लोग मर जाएंगे।
अच्छा, क्यों? पीने से क्या होता है?
ये नशा होता है, नशा होता है। ये सब बंद करवाओ, ये सब बंद करवाओ।
पर नशा क्यों पीते हैं आप?
जी आप नहीं मिले, अब अगर खाने का दुकान खोल के रखे, हम तो जाएंगे खाना खाने, रोज जाएंगे।
कहाँ से दुकान नशा मिल रहा है? कौन दे रहा है ये?
नशा मिल रहा है हमारे ही अपने कॉलोनी में मिल रहा है।
The most common and cheapest form of addiction are to sniff fumes from glue, Fevicol or any other form of adhesive cheaply available. और क्या कितने का बेचते हैं ये?
45, 25, 35। ये देखो, ये वाला देखो 50 रुपए का, ये वाला।
अच्छा,
50 का ये
क्या है?
ये सोल्यूशन है। छोटे छोटे बच्चे जो आज पैदा हुए हैं कल नशा पकड़ ले रहे हैं।
This young man tells us the settlement is rife with illegal liquor stores which increase in number during election time.